You hear a little background noise.
Ah, no problem, no problem. Hey, thank y'all for tapping in the Streetball the Pro with myself, Coach Rick, and my man Baller Holic. We have today Coach Jackson out of Houston, Texas. Man, we want to, let me see, we own the Heatwave and
Yes, sir.
Alpha Hoop in the Alpha League, Alpha Hoops.
Alpha Basketball League, yes. Hoop Alphas.
Yes. Okay. So what we wanted to do pretty much, like I said, uh, open up the platform, let folks know about what you have going on, and really see how we can join forces and work together, right?
Right.
So I'm gonna open up the floor for you to introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about yourself.
Okay. Well, I go by Coach Jackson, but my name is Coya Jackson. I played basketball since I was 5 years old. I did go to a D1 Division 1 college, Florida Gulf Coast University, two-time champion. And then I played pro basketball for about 3 or 4 years. And in that time of playing pro, I was able to connect with some key people in the basketball pipeline when it comes to become a professional athlete. And I learned the ins and outs that it's not only what's on the court, but what's also off the court that makes a real basketball player. And when you live the basketball lifestyle, there's a lot that goes into it other than just working out, sweating blood and tears. And learning that I figured that I was better off useful off the court than on the court because just through my experience alone, realizing that once you go in as a kid and as an adult, it's two different dreams. Everybody say, hey, I want to be a professional basketball player, and so you think, oh, I just got to stay in the gym, I got to stay in the gym and I'm gonna get there. No, there's totally different path you have to take when it comes to being a professional. And that's what made me want to create my own basketball team, because I felt like I could change the pipeline, the original pipeline, to get to the overall goal, which is to be a professional athlete. Because there's different aspects other than just the NBA. The NBA on the men's side, the WNBA on the women's side is more to it. There's different avenues of basketball that could be utilized and still be a professional athlete. So that's where the Heat Waves came in at when I retired from playing myself in 2019. And our overall goal is basically, like I said, to revamp the pipeline of getting to the pros and bringing overseas to the United States. So that's why we call ourselves Alpha, because there's a lot of professional leagues out there, but none of them are doing what we're doing. And so right now, what we have going on is a showcase all of the teams in the league that we have, and basically in their cities, and build hubs like a collective. That's basically how we operate. Most semi-pro leagues, you still have to do a lot of legwork as a coach, and you're just paying a fee to have a schedule of games and say you're a part of a league. That's not what we do. We actually revamp the entire organization under our umbrella, and also bring in profits, margins, other than what the coaches are already doing or what connections or resources they already have. So that's basically what we're in the gist of doing right now. And our first year kicks off in February.
Are you how many teams you have in your league?
As of right now, we have about six, but we're going to cap out about 12, because we're asking teams to commit to at least 3 years coming in, and we want to create a high demand, not a high supply. So that way, the teams that we're building, they'll become a bigger hub, because it'll be a high demand instead of a high supply, like I said.
Are these teams are like for your league, or do you have teams coming from out of state, or is everything in your state but like out of the city?
No, we only have two teams in Houston. The rest of them are out of state. This October, we had Louisiana, Mississippi, and us as the first showcase. But now we're tapping into Tennessee, and we're bringing Dallas in. So we have a lot of stuff going on coming up for November and December. So most of the teams will be out of state. Like I said, we only have two in Houston.
Okay. Are you what did you like team up with any like has any of your teams play any other teams from any other pro leagues like the TBL
Yeah.
or
Yeah,
Okay,
so
okay.
my business partner actually went to PV, and he has a lot of AAU experience with people who created the TBL. So a lot of our, let me say, knowledge or wisdom when it comes to this league is based off of the TBL resource. So our first two seasons, we didn't play in any league at all. Like I strictly was independent travel team, and I played teams in the ABA. We played teams in the NBL. We played teams in the PBA. We just recently connected with the TBL, and I basically just played all the good teams, or the teams that are willing to play me in those leagues, to contest how our level of competition would have been. And we was actually part of the I want to say the MBLA was the name of it, or the MLBA. Yeah, the MLBA. And the season never really took off because of COVID. Like I said, we started in 2019. COVID took over in 2020. But that was the only league we actually committed to. But we've definitely played teams in all leagues.
Mm. That's what's so good about basketball. It's so many different leagues that are coming out now due to the COVID. There's so many different pro leagues
Right.
in the states now due to the COVID. You know what I mean? And that's so crazy. Like no one really thought about it before, but because I guess of a lot of different things. But now there's so many different opportunities for a lot of people, and it's just so good that you yourself as a woman running the league and having a lot of things that you're doing that other leagues aren't doing. You know what I mean? And
Right.
that's where the professionals cousin come in at, because me, coach, and we had a talk yesterday with someone that is also getting a team for the TBL, and we
Mm-hmm.
were talking about there's a difference between a professional and professionalism, and
Right.
it's always a lot more than what you're doing on the court. It's definitely more off the court than what you're doing on the court, and that's from how you manage yourself, how you take care of yourself, to
Mm-hmm.
working with kids,
The
both boys
image,
and
all of
girls.
that.
You know what I mean? Because Coach and I, and Coach will say this too, and I always say this. Um, for boys, they have more of an ego. It's easier for them because they have a lot of male role models. For the girls, it's a lot different. So
Right.
how do we, you know what I mean? So how do we get in touch with the community, let alone the girls even more? You know what I mean? So that's where the professionalism come in. And I also always say the more that you doing positive things off the court, naturally, it's going to help you on the court. You know what I mean?
Right.
Just naturally. The patience, the understanding of it is just, it'll all show. Um, and that's just if you really, really have a passion, if you really into it, if you really mean it, that's when
Right.
it's gonna naturally happen that way.
Indeed, I totally agree.
So
Totally agree. I started
yeah.
off at
So what
a
you're naturally doing, yeah. Now go
Go
ahead,
ahead.
coach.
I'm sorry.
No, no, you go ahead.
I was just banking
Yeah.
off of what you said. Naturally, I started with AAU team first, because my nephew at the time was about 15, 16, and he really gave me the more passion, because it was such a big difference from basketball, from when I played, from when he played, to, it's like there's a level of IQ that's not being taught. So it was like, the starting from the kids all the way to the adults. So we go from all the way from 12 to 35. Just reshaping that mindset and the perspective of basketball, because it's not being taught the same way. It's not being played the same way. So that old school dream, like I said, of being an athlete is different. It's totally different.
Mhm. Yeah, it's like
You
now
have
you got to
a
keep up
women's
with the
side.
news. Go ahead, coach.
Oh, my
Go ahead,
bad.
coach. There you go.
You, you have a women's side that's coming out as well.
Yes. So we just had tryouts for our Lady Flames team, because like the showcase that we're doing right now, the Mississippi Magnolias have a women's team. So we've been putting together that women's side for the ABL. So this, honestly, within the last 30 days, the women's side has really come together so quickly, and I'm very proud of the staff that's in Mississippi that's been getting that together. But yes, it does have a women's side.
And when was that? When with the women's side? Because of course, I mean, Kelly KG, she the one who got us plugged in with you, and so we are looking like for us to have the women's side, right? So we
Hmm.
have men's international, we have a street ball, we have a team in Thailand, and we also plan on having the women's side. And so When would the women league start?
The women's league, we would have to sit down and discuss an actual start.
Okay.
But like I said, they are already playing in the showcase. So if it keeps going at the pace that it's going, it can probably start around the same time of February.
When is your next?
Oh,
You got
so you
another
guys,
showcase? Any more showcases?
Yes. After this month, we'll do another one in November, and we'll do another one in December.
oh, so you guys kind of have a spring. So you guys are like a spring league starting February, and then when are you guys in June or April?
So February is the actual league. So everything that we do in the winter and the fall is straight promotion and straight building. And keeping our players active in the community and keeping our players active in the gym. So that's what these showcases are for. It's really to get them seen, because we still have overseas connections and still want to keep that connection for overseas, even though our overall goal is to bring overseas to the United States. But at the same time, still keeping everything active year round.
Right. Because I know during the off season, a lot of players they get bored when they're
Right.
used to, or they know they can, consistently playing basketball, especially for your team or for your league, and then there's nothing else going on. So I'm pretty sure you got outreach programs going on for them, going to talk to schools, doing
And
youth
speakers,
basketball camps, guest
yep.
speakers. Okay, all right, yeah, because a lot of leagues don't do that. Even some teams, the league may say they do that, but then certain teams don't do that,
Yeah.
and they should. You know what I mean? And sometimes it's an understanding because you have, let's say, for example, if there's a team in Bakersfield and they might have not have enough funds for someone who lives way out 3 hours, 4 hours away from the city to come out there and house them and then have them ready to go for the event, whatever's going on. And
Right.
that sometimes it can confuse the player. Like, I have a purpose of playing, but what else am I doing? And that's how players get bored after a while. So no, that's good that you're consistently doing that, Coach. Cool. I get salute to you for that.
Thank you. Thank you. And a lot of our players not only have the goal of being a player, excuse me, they also want to coach. Some of them want to be trainers. Some of them want to be in broadcasting media. So that, like I said, there's different avenues that basketball can bring everything together.
Yeah. And that's crazy. That's also crazy because I said that to coach because we're recruiting as well. And that one guy, we might not be good for the team, but he might be good at, you know, taking pictures or being a camcorder or fitness and health. You know what I mean?
Right.
We got a player now who's actually a really good basketball player, but he is a fitness guy. He's a nutrition guy. You know what I mean? And that's the type of stuff that we're gonna need. We're gonna need to hear all that because, again, something I'll never forget. I was, I kind of induced Pedialyte a lot of the times before I play. And there's certain kinds you can drink during the game, and there's certain kinds you can't drink during the game.
Right.
And the kind that I was drinking during the game, it was slowing me down. I noticed. But the kind that one of our teammates gave us, I could drink it during the game, and I noticed that it kept me at level. So I'm up and down, you know what I mean, off his defense. It's like, whoa. And then he explained to me what it had and what I was taking, what I wasn't supposed to have. So the Pedialyte that I had sugar in it.
Right.
And I was supposed to have the one that had salt. So it's two different types. He was telling me, like, it's two different types. You got the one that has the sugar, but then the ones with the salt. You need the one with the salt. And I was like, that's crazy. I didn't think about that. Yeah. I didn't. I'm like, what? And he broke it down why. Like every little integer, he broke it. And I didn't even know, like, hold on, they didn't teach you. I got a degree in sports psychology. I didn't know none of this. They didn't say none of this. But he was just like, but he was just like, yo, this is what it's for. But and I drunk it, and the way he told me to drink it, yeah. So I was just like, I'm always learning something, and nothing really to do with basketball. That's life right there. So my ears and eyes are always open, always.
Man, what I really love what I'm hearing is the fact that we're talking about the business of basketball, right? So you got to think about it. We always hoopers at one time, right? And then you got to transition, right? So that's one of the things I really try to preach to players is the fact that let you understand the business, become businessmen and women, you know what I mean? And what does it look like, you know what I mean? And listening to your lead, Just like yesterday, our conversation, the same owner, you know what I mean, and his team, he wants to teach the business and get the players more opportunities, you know what I mean, with the business. And I really, that's one of the things that we're looking for with our platform, Streetball to Pro, is connecting with like-minded owners, you know what I mean, and that we can begin to, I guess you can say, like for us, we want to have a year-round type of, I guess, situation where we can have players at every level. And so, yeah, no, this is really good. So, if there's any, is there a cutoff day, or say if there's, you say you have 6 teams now, right? You say you have
Yeah.
6, and you're going to take 12.
Yeah.
So, if an owner is looking to get involved in your league, what is it like? How do they go about doing that?
They would just have to contact us, and we'll just have a talk. Oh, you're good. We'll just have a talk. But like I said, we'll take in 12 to 16, and once we get to that, then that's it. So other than that, they can either buy one of the teams in the league, or they can be on the staff. But we don't want to be like the TBL with over 100 teams or the ABA. No, we want to keep it a tight-knit family. We want to keep the resources as a collective so that it's enough to go around for everybody.
Right. How many players per team are you inviting? Are you having?
We're gonna cap at 10 on the roster, but you can have 2 extra for any case of injury or anything like that. Right. So the maximum 12 eligible players.
Okay. And are your games? Are y'all playing weekend games, or y'all Friday, Saturday, or Thursday, Friday?
Ideally, we'll want to have one at least during the week game, but most of them will be on the weekends, just because you have to travel to different states. People still gotta work, but that's why we asked for a 3-year commitment, but the goal by the 2nd year is for your players to get paid, so they can quit their 9 to 5 and they can put their full time into it. So then you'll have during the week games.
Because what I noticed too about even in the TBL, they'll put out, every team has to pay you from $500 to $1,000, and a lot of teams don't even pay at all. I was on a team my first year in the TBL, and they didn't even pay at all. I'm talking about there was nothing coming in, and was like, yo, like, I mean, of course, I'm not gonna complain, but I've been through a lot, and when it comes to money and being used. So I want to be like, yo, ain't the coach, the owner's supposed to be paying? Why nobody getting paid? And he came up with a whole bunch of different reasons why he wasn't paying. Like, oh no, he's gonna pay. And then when he started paying, it wasn't the amount that they told. So I'm just like, okay, I'm gonna keep playing basketball. I'm not gonna, argue about the money. You know what I mean? And after a while, the team just folded. So are any of your teams in your league like that, or is everyone? Because I heard you say there's a 3-year commitment, so everyone has to be committed to making payments, making everything on time. Am I correct?
Yeah, it's not only the payments, but your players have to be committed too, because they have to be marketable. If you look at the NBA, fans pay to play a ticket because LeBron can dunk and LeBron has some, the whole powder. Is entertaining. It's still entertainment at the same time. So it's not about just playing. So it's about revamping the perspective of basketball within your players so that they can advertise the ticket sales, sell merchandise, and actually have people that don't even know them come out and see them play. So there's different avenues and different ways to make money when it comes to a team. And that's why I say that we really revamp the organization, because we give them a complete blueprint on how to make money for your organization. My very first year of my team, I broke even. By the next season, I was paying my players. It wasn't a lot, but at the same time, it was progress in a short period of time of you getting some type of money in your pocket, and you haven't even left your block. You see what I'm saying? So, like I said, it's all about the blueprint and everybody following the blueprint, and everybody will eat. Like, it's not even about the money to us. It's more, like I said, a family type-knit collective working together to create a pipeline for the next generations after us.
All right. Yeah, because that could be. Now I like that. Because I understand it could be tough for some athletes in that position where they do have a 9 to 5, and they got to be committed to leave that 9 to 5 for 3 years, and to expect to get paid. You know what I mean? But whatever they can, or they might, you know what I mean? They might get paid more at their job as coming to the committed league, like it's different scenarios with that. But still, if you got players that are fully committed, you know what I mean, and you're taking care of guys, that's better than somebody saying your team is supposed to pay you $500 to $1,000. If they're not, then I can't do nothing about it. You know what I mean? And
Right.
that's a difference. And that's a difference, you know, in the TBL. And that's where, as a basketball player, that's where the professionalism come in. At
Exactly.
how you gonna, you know what I mean? How you gonna average yourself out playing in this league and leaving and having a job and not really getting paid for your team, as opposed to playing in a committed league, right?
Right.
Leaving your 9 to 5 and getting something paid. You know what I mean? And
Right.
that's where everything kicks in. That's why I'm happy there's a lot more pro leagues in the States that have different morals about what they want to do, not just about basketball, but making guys understand certain things. You know what I mean? Because
Exactly.
I'm not gonna lie, if I show up on time, then that's why I mean, like I said, it's not about money, but we do have a life. Some of us have bills, kids. I would expect to get
Yeah.
paid on time. You know what I mean? And that it wouldn't mess up my game, but it's something that as a professional, right? Professionalism and then business as well. If I'm marketing myself, if I'm marketing my team, then I should be marketed as well, right? So that would be my only problem. Like, why would they say that and then not follow through with it? You know, and the same for you. Like,
Right.
if you have a player who's committed, like, yo, you just said you was going to commit to a 3-year contract with us. Now I don't see you at practice. I don't see you here on time. How do you expect me to pay you? Like, how do you expect me? Where's the commitment? You know what I mean? So that's one thing players got to really have an understanding, man, and what they want to do. A lot of people, I want to go overseas, I want to do this, but you have to really understand what's going on, because at one point, oh, I got to go. Like, I thought you were ready to, I thought you were fully committed. Now you got to go, which I understand, but now I got to
Right.
let you go, and I got to look for someone else. You know what I mean? So
Exactly.
whoever's watching, man, make sure you understand was being said right now. For all the players who said they really want to get on, really know what you're talking about, really know what you're saying, because just even listening to her, she got a lot going on, and she sounds she got like a promising league. You know what I mean? And it doesn't matter what league you're in. If you're in a league that has some kind of give back and another plan for you besides basketball, it's a good look, fellas.
Thank you.
And
Thank
for
you.
your teams, are you charging a lot for like the tryouts?
No, our tryouts are under $100, and then it's a one-time fee. So that one fee is going to cover you for the next 3 years if you decide to come back. And I only say that because some people, you never know how people's life may plan out, and we might have to get through them replaced. But again, if you come back, you don't have to pay that tryout fee. So it's definitely less. It's definitely worth the tryout.
Okay.
And so how many games, or you know what I mean, say like for us, right? We're looking to place teams in different leagues in different situations, right? Because we consider ourselves also a pipeline. Uh, fact that we go international, we take teams here and there and help players. And so, like, if we say, hey, we want to be a part of it, what would the commitment be as far as games? Because we're in Washington, you know what I mean, in Seattle area, right? And so, looking at the fact that I don't know how many teams would be on the West Coast, because that's the thing too, with different leagues, understanding you have to travel. And so, how many games do your teams are committed to play?
Um, the minimum number of games would be 8 games.
Okay.
Because we would definitely target the area of where the team is at and build around that team. So we'll make sure that you'll have a full season, and that's not including playoffs. Um, and with everything going on, as far as like the setup and the scheduling, like I said, it just depends on that organization if they want to play during the week. You can even go anywhere from 8 to about 10 to 12 games. So it definitely would be a full season.
Okay.
All right. All right.
And everybody plays each other twice before like playoffs and stuff, or is
Yeah,
it just
basically, yeah. And then take the top four of that region, and then meet in the hub at a neutral place for playoffs. And then
okay?
playoffs will basically be tournament style, and then winner takes all.
All right, all right. And have you sent players anywhere, like of course overseas, or even just like
Yeah. I had Kamani Morris. He's in Germany right now. Another one, Antoine Tone. He's just made the Italy team. And we personally worked with Rise Above Agency, and he has a couple of our players in Denmark. And I sent a couple of girls. I didn't have a girls team, but I sent a couple of them to Armenia as well through the agency that we work with.
Oh, yeah.
All right. That's what's up.
I know, right? I'm like, definitely, you know, put definitely teams in there sound like ballaholic, you know what I mean?
Hey, for real though. No, for real. That's why I'm asking all these questions. It's getting more interesting every time. Yeah, the answer is it's more stuff that is just like it's real.
Well, like I said, I really build bridges when I was playing myself. So myself as a player, I'm hard on myself when it comes to putting my stamp or my name on anybody. So when I make that call, like, hey, I have a player for you, they know that I'm not going to send them somebody that's trash or that's going to be a waste of their time. So
yep. And that's another and every podcast and every live we've done, that's one piece that I've heard everybody say that's got to protect their brand, you know what I mean, and to keep good connections is I have to send players who are not no disrespect to nobody who doesn't have the skill set, but we have to use the term trash. You know what I mean? We're not going to send a player over the water and put our name and our brand at stake when you're not going. We know you're not going to put in the work. We need dogs. That's all we need is dogs. No offense to anyone out there, but if you're a dog, you've been working your ass off and you can prove it, then that's fine. You know what I mean? So you're absolutely right. You want to send nobody who isn't going to do what they're supposed to do, especially representing your brand. You know what I mean? So definitely, yeah, that's for sure. One of the things that I've taken every time we get on live with somebody. So that's what I'm always going to keep in mind is that we got to send somebody who's consistent. We got to send somebody who's a dog. We got to send somebody with some experience who we know who's going to stay out there longer than 3 months.
And also mentally tough, because some of these guys, these are their first contracts they take in, and they get over there, and it's not like American, and you got to really, you got to walk to the death.
Oh, man. Yes, man. Hey, what's crazy is that the closest Americanized countries are just as worse as the ones that are not. You know what I'm saying? Like
right.
Coach Ashley and I, we were in Mexico. I guess Americanized in Mexico, but oh gosh, that's all I'm gonna say.
Right.
Oh gosh, you know what I mean? So, but it had a different. It had a different understanding though, because I was about to leave. At one point, I was on my way. I was like, you know what? No, that's not me. So I wanted up staying, and then not only did I play good, I winded up meeting Coach Ashley, and we winded up 3 weeks later. We wound up playing in London. You know what I mean? So it's always something for something, especially if you're in that kind of situation. And honestly, even though I hated being in that situation at that time, I kind of liked it, about 3%, because it kept an edge on me. It kept an edge. I wasn't right. I wasn't comfortable. Yeah.
Really wanted it, right?
Yeah. Yeah. I wasn't comfortable. You know what I mean? So that's what made me go like, man, like, F this, like, I'm tired of this. Like, it kept me on that edge. You know what I mean? So, but yeah, man, that's crazy how stuff like that happens. It's just so crazy. Because I didn't, for real.
So yeah, we definitely sound like ballaholic. We're gonna have to put some squads. You know what I mean? That's one of the things. Like you said, we're created a year-round type situation. We're gonna be going out to New York this week and just several states to begin to find a team to take over to the DR in January. Then we go to Africa in February, and then Japan in March. And so then we're looking at, okay, what's next? So we are now connected to a team out here in Eugene that we're helping find players in the TBL. But then we're looking at where ballaholic and them going to play at. You know what I mean? I'm looking for the guys that we're working with, because sort of like yourself, in a sense, your agency as well, because you're constantly getting guys and women jobs. And we're trying to be connected with like-minded personnel where we can say, hey, top competition. We know that they're going to have a real legit opportunity to go somewhere. And it's with people who know the business and who actually care about the players, right? And so, man, yes, we're definitely going to be talking offline to get our players or see what we need to do, because we have the women's team with Kels. I call it Kels KG. We definitely want to put in your league, and we're going to look on the men's side, like you said.
Do you have a women's team right now?
No, we're going to start. She was going to be our team captain, so sort of like what we have with Ballaholic, what we started with him. So Streetball the Pro, yes, our platform. We have interviews, but at the same time, it's a situation where, like, he's the team captain, right? And so originally, like folks are saying, he's known for and one, and folks are like, what's and one? It is and it's not. You know what I mean? We're not trying to be like and one or nothing like that. That's part of his history is and one, but it's the whole idea of Streetball the Pro. Now, do we have a Streetball team? We will have a Streetball team that'll be playing on the blacktop circuit. That's main events, them circuit, and that's something completely different. And that's the biggest thing we want folks to understand. That's different. But what we're doing with Ballaholic and with Kels is we want pros, and we want to help them to get jobs on the hardwood. You know what I mean? And so she's going to help us to build a women's team. And so that's the plan. You know what I mean? So that's how I got connected. I was like, Kels, told her the vision, and she was like, oh, I got the perfect person.
Yeah, because every women's team, me and Kelly is on the same team. And with us us two, like we're undefeated. That's all I can say. Like, there's nobody who can really beat us. So it's like us teaming up for this girls team is gonna be competitive for sure.
All right. Like that.
Yeah.
All right.
Do you still hoop?
You said, do I still play? I don't really play like that like I used to. I mean, I might go to a couple open gyms and a few tournaments here and there, but I don't take it as serious as I need to. Everybody keeps telling me with my shot, I need to get back into it, but I'm more focused on helping people get there than me being there myself.
I understand.
Yep, right. So it got to end. It got to end at some point. We talked other night about that too. At some point, it got to end. And how did you take it? Like, when like you didn't want to play no more, was it easy for you to let go, or was it hard to let go?
No. The day that I decided to stop playing was when Kobe Bryant died. That was the day.
Damn.
I was like, all right. Cause this is no lie, no joke. Cause he's always been my idol. It's somebody I've always shaped my game around, and I've always wanted to meet. So when I did not meet him before he died in person, I've seen him play, but it's different when you actually sit down and talk to the man and get some of that wisdom from him. And I was in bed for 2 weeks straight. Like, I didn't get up. I barely ate. And I was just like, I don't know who I am. Like, I am basketball. So then I really had to dig deep and see, like, how am I going to take everything that I am and still be able to move forward, even though my overall goal was to meet him. And then now I got to find something else to motivate me, basically. So that's what made me really put my shoes down and really get focused on the off the court stuff.
Man, that's mama mentality too, though. I mean, for you to have that kind of relationship with Kobe, and then having that breakdown, but then understanding, like, you had to figure out what else you want us to do. You know what I mean? And it's something that you start, and that's it's positive. It's motivating, because I tell people, like, the job I'm at now, like, if it weren't for basketball, what would I do? And I still don't know, but luckily the job that I have now, you know what I mean? I'm already 15 years in. So now, even though when I do retire, it's still going to be hard for me to let go, because of so much work that I put in, and the situations, everything I've been through, it's going to be tough. But someone told me, I guess the owner, he's going to be the owner for a team in the TBL in Oregon. He was like, yo, you got to lead the game how you came in. Just leave it how you came in. If you came in, understanding, then you got to leave understanding. You know what I mean? And It
Exactly.
made a lot of sense. Yeah. And then on top of that, I got a vision for a clothing brand that, Coach Ashley has mentioned me on the business side of that. And I'm getting there slowly but surely, but I know it's still hard because I got a lot of basketball left in me mentally and physically. And I'm
Yeah.
trying to slowly push it to the side. Slowly but
Yeah.
surely, I'm trying to push it to the side. And coach has been kind of helping me out with that, even by just doing the lives and talking to everyone and taking notes and stuff to remember. It's slow. It's not pushing it away, but it's making me it's making me break the ice for myself as far as doing
Yeah.
other stuff.
And
'Cause
don't
what I mean?
think of it as it being done. It's just a different approach, you know.
Right. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Right. Right. And that's what I'm trying to look at it like. Yeah, it's a different approach. See there, like it's different, but you probably not playing, but it's gonna be different. You know what I
Right.
mean? So I'm just trying to get there.
I see
I'm
the
trying to
struggle.
get. It's gonna be tough. I ain't gonna
It's
lie.
tough.
It's gonna be tough. I'm thinking about it a lot because I can still play. Like right now,
Yeah.
I'm 42. I'm 42 years old, but if you would have seen me play, you would not think that at all. If I wouldn't have told
Yeah.
you my age, you wouldn't have guessed
It's
42 at
only a
all.
number. It's really
You,
only a number.
you know what I mean? So it's like I just giving myself. I told coach like I'm giving myself another year, or so maybe just a year. But I just hate it when I get to that point. It's like, nah, I'm not stopping, man. I'm gonna keep going. But that's what I'm saying. Like I'm trying to
Yeah.
that's my contract. 1 year. That's it. Like
That's
I'm trying to
it.
keep it. You know what I mean? I'm trying. Like I don't want to hurt myself on purpose. So I can't play no more.
Yeah.
But I cannot stay off the court. I can't, and I
You
can't
do
keep it off
time
my mind.
management like the pros be doing. You know, just don't play a full season, just a few games here and there, maybe some major games or
Right, right,
rivalry
right,
games, not a full season.
right, right, right,
Slowly
right.
but surely walk away from it like that. Not just cold turkey. I'm not playing no
Got
more.
it. Yeah,
It's
yeah,
gonna be
yeah.
hard.
Nah, man, definitely can't cold turkey it. Nah, that's gonna be tough. A lot of different ways to let it go. Jeez.
So
Yeah,
what
we'll get
you
there.
say? What do you have coming up? You have your other showcase. Where will it be at? The showcase you have coming
It
up?
will be in Jackson, Mississippi, October 20th through the 22nd. We'll play that Saturday and Sunday. Yes, and if you want, I can send you the information of the game times and everything and location.
Yes, please send us all of that. We're gonna share it. I think I'm about to say October. We're supposed to be in Milwaukee at that time for a tryout or showcase down there, trying to find players for the DR tournament. But definitely got to tap in with you all because, like I said, I know if you're doing what we're doing, you have players who are pro ready. You know what I mean? And that's the biggest thing,
Right.
right? You have folks who assume that they're pros until they actually meet real pros. You know what I mean?
Right.
And in our business, that's why I said just trying to network and build that relationship. You know what I mean? That we can, as our slogan say, which you sort of mentioned without knowing, we all eat. You know what I mean? So that's our motto. That's what we live by. That's so that's us, and that's why you know what I mean. When Kels gave me your number, I reached out to you and like I need to surround ourselves with people, like-minded people who, like I said, we all eat, we all support one another. It's that blueprint, like you said. That's the same thing that I was thinking as I'm talking to other owners in different states. I'm like, I have a blueprint that has worked for my business. I've been around almost 12 years, you know what I mean? And I go around all throughout the United States. As you can notice, my Streetball name, my real name ain't really Rich Paul, but you know, it's the Coach Rich Paul. You know, so I just felt like the agent. Well, I signed Ballaholic, so that's how I got that one. I'm like, hey, I got one of the best street ball players that ever played, and now we're working together.
Okay.
And now we're going to change the culture and working with like owners like yourself, you know what I mean, in the business where we can say, okay, any players that we work with, that we can say, you know what, we have a home for you. We have a place that we can send you. You know what I mean? And the same thing, you say, hey, I got this player, blah, blah, blah. Cool. You know, let's get them a job here or there. And I'm really like, low key excited on the women's side, real tough because y'all don't have a lot of opportunities. You know what I mean? And so to be able
and
to
avenues.
another
After college,
right,
no semi-pro, nothing women.
For real though.
I agree, and that's why I'm excited about that because it really is not. You know what I mean? You have a lot of like little leagues that are coming up, but really, what are they doing? You know what I mean? I don't know how many really are putting on for the women. You know what I mean? And the quality, because we all know that on the men's side we have some everything. You know what I mean? On the women's side, the struggle is real. You know what I mean? So to be able to be connected with someone who's legit like this is it's really great. You know what I mean? It's humbling and it's exciting to be able to tell because I stay in Washington and Bremerton. It's a small town and it's a lot of hoopers. There's a lot of women out here in the Seattle area that don't have nowhere to go. You know, they play in rec leagues and you know, sort of if they're in between jobs or and they're waiting, what are they doing? You know what I mean? So yeah. Well, man, I just got a message from Shannon from another owner. And then we have a team, well, our team in Thailand and for women. I'm like, man, we can send them over there too. You know what I mean? So but we do have a team in Thailand.
No, I don't.
That starts. We have a team in Thailand start October of next year. So that'd be another opportunity that we'd love to work with you on. And we say,
Yeah,
hey,
definitely.
we look at players. Okay, we work with other owners who have teams that's in Thailand who's be looking for players. So that's why we're going around and we're trying to get our name out there, helping and do some scouting to say, hey, we are another legit organization that can give you real opportunities. You know what I mean? So, yes.
Okay. Do you house your players from coming from out of state? Do you house them?
That's something that we're working on. As of right now, we set it up to where they can travel back and forth within a 48-hour period. But when the season comes, if let's say that we recruit somebody from another state to play on one of the teams that's say in Dallas, then we will house them. Yes.
Okay. All right. All right. Okay.
Bad, I'm up here. Excellent.
What's your what's the website to check out your league and all the teams and like the information and stuff that you have? What's your website?
Right now you can find us on Instagram at Hoop Alphas and Heatwaves HTX.
Okay.
And then our website, I will have to. We just got it up, so I don't even have the link, but I'll have to text you the link to that website. But I'm pretty sure it'll be Houston Heatwaves.
Okay.
Yes, please. Any kind of promo, because what we want to do, we're going to cross market. You know what I mean? Work together. Whatever you need, whatever you have, we want to share it. You know what I mean? We're definitely planning on getting involved. You know what I mean? Having a team, listening to what you have set up. So we're going to be talking on the back end, and that way we can, like I said, as we continue to go out there and promote, or not say promote, as we're scouting and putting our teams together. I want to be able to be like, all right, I want to live up to the name. If you call me Coach Rich Paul, you know what I mean, that agent there, I want to make sure that I get my players.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, we'll be more than happy to post anything that you guys have going on the Hoop Alphas website and Instagram as well. So definitely.
So y'all hear everybody's checking in and it's going to hear it, listen. Streetball to pro, we're a different kind of animal. You know what I mean? We are working with some of the best owners, the best leagues throughout the U.S. to give y'all opportunities. You know what I mean? So if we don't know how to do it or if we don't have a place for you, guess what? I can make this call. I'm gonna call Coach Jackson, and she gonna tell me yay, nay. And then if she if she don't have nothing,
I'm gonna keep it real now.
We want that. Yep.
No, real talk. That's really how we are too, right? The same thing. We ain't gonna sugarcoat it. No, players will tell you who's worked with me before, And they like, man, not that I'm hard. I'm just gonna be real with you. You're wasting your time, my time, and everybody else's time. You know what I mean? Trying to pursue this. You might want to do something else. You know what I mean? That's just, you know what I mean? That's why I said pros, semi-pro, those are two different levels. You know what I mean? Recreation, all of these are levels, right? And so, that's my thing. Get in the gym and get exposed. We put our name on it. That's a bad look. That's just how the business is. You know what I mean? So, like I said, if you're one of those on this show, on just life period, we're gonna give you, just be honest, be transparent. You know what I mean? So we definitely respect that. So I ain't gonna hold you. I know you. I appreciate you, your family. You know, I know you take me away from your family to jump on with us, and that just shows who's watching, like the commitment. What we do, this is not like your typical 9 to 5. You know what I mean? When you own a business like
there
this,
is no business hours. There is no business
real
hours.
talk, real talk.
Man, that's tough. Man. That's tough. You sound like Coach Paul, Miss Coach Jackson. You sound like Coach Paul because he worked. He man. Every time he hit me, he worked. I'm like, dang, Coach, you ain't resting. Like, nah, Coach is always working. He working. He's always busy, and that's every time he hit me, like, yo, ball, we got this. We got this next coming up now. We got this coming up, and I'm all in because this is, like I said, this is another side of me that he's like, he's mentioned me on and helping me understand it. So that's one of the things I appreciate. So that's what's making me going on there. Like I said, just listening to you, Coach Jackson, is like some more inspiration just off. You play basketball, now what you're doing. Now you're a business owner. Now you're helping people get to where they need to be. You know what I mean? And by the grace of God, you've been consistent with it. You know what I mean? And the fact that you are at a family function, I can tell you're a family-oriented woman, which makes me, you know what I mean? It makes me like, yeah, let me check. All right, let's hear. I like this. This is promising right here. For sure that. Much respect to what you're doing.
It's an honor to meet you as well. Like I watched you play when N1 was around and everything. So I appreciate even this conversation in general. Kudos to you and your career as well.
Much love. That always warms my heart. Every time I hear someone about to say that warms me up for all the time. For sure. So I definitely appreciate that for sure. See, and that's what makes them lead a game. When I hear that, I tell Coach every time somebody go, man, thank you for the, what you left behind, man. This inspiration, what you did. I should love seeing you play. And it's like my heart started racing. I got to go to the gym. That's time I got to work out. You know what I mean? So it's like it's that moment that I had, and I just appreciate a lot of stuff. You know what I mean? Whether I'm working with someone off the court, whether it be kids, parents, talking to someone, or the advice I'm getting from people like you, Coach Paul, and other people, even little kids. We went to London, a little kid drove 4 hours away.
Yeah. Oh, I knew it. You know how to mess with him because that's one of our ongoing jokes. Is his phone. We're trying to talk to Apple, get Apple to sponsor, give us a phone. Allaholic needs a new phone. Here we go.
Yeah, knocked out.
Right.
Yep.
Oh, there you go. Okay.
Let me see.
Android.
A little bit. I told you. See, we're gonna have everybody on your whole Apple fundraiser, free throw thon. You know what I mean? So, Coach,
let's get the GoFundMe now to get Ballaholic to the Apple family because the Android life is not appreciating him right now. He's not a PBA right now.
We need one. I do need one bad. Oh my God, that's so crazy. We going to these countries. They ain't got no Samsung stores in all these other countries. They only got Apple phone stores in all these other countries. I'm gonna be ass out.
I mean, WhatsApp is everywhere you go.
For real though. Yeah. For real. Oh man.
And I hope you have internet. That's the thing. You sound like me when I was going for years, going
That's
overseas.
key. That is key.
Yes,
Without
gotta
internet,
have
you have no
internet.
life
Yeah,
whatsoever.
no lie. Hey, for real though.
Your
For
internet
real.
bill behind in your light bill.
Yep. Yep.
Real talk. You know
That's
what I mean?
real.
We all gonna get you right. I'm getting a group of owners. We're gonna get guys. We're gonna get a free throw-a-thon, a fundraiser, some kind of. We're gonna get you a phone.
Oh, yeah.
That is so.
Yeah, that's crazy. I
We
get it
got
together, y'all. I get it together.
Please.
Oh,
All right, guys. Thank you guys for having
yes,
me.
yes,
Coach, you have my number.
yes, we do.
yeah.
Yes, I do. And then once again, before we get off, give your tags and you know what I mean for those who want to come to a tryout or just even contact you and look you up.
Okay. Hoop Alphas on IG or Heatwaves HTX on IG. It's where you can find me. Or you can do believe underscore in Jackson. That's my coach's page. You can see everything that I've done. I've coached on every level of basketball, and I'm here to help anyone that needs an opportunity.
Much respect.
Y'all hear it?
You know what I mean? Yes. We got the best, I'm telling you, the best on the men's, the women's, my team. I'm just saying, you know, I just got a cold team. I can make a call down in Houston. Everybody know. We got a few people. I know 2 people in each state. Probably more. But anyway, so we're going to let you enjoy your family. I know it's late. Once again, thank you. We're going to definitely be in touch.
You're welcome.
And,
Thank you. All right, guys.
Thank you, Coach Jackson. See you later.
All right.
All right. All right, Coach.
Okay.
That was a good one.
Yes, sir. Now
Yep.
let